there's this store called, I call it Pret Manager. They used to have it in Chicago before COVID, and there was this sandwich. It was like a grilled chicken, balsamic, vinaigrette baguette with like mozzarella and like arugula or something like that. Arugula. It's a fantastic sandwich, and as you know, I don't like mayo or ranch or things that look like that. I detest it. And so I'd go into, they have all these, it's like a French kind of fast casual company, Pret Manger maybe. And so they're all over the place. And so I'd walk into all of them to see if they have that sandwich, and they don't. And every single sandwich has mayo on it. Yeah. Every single one. So actually the last day when I was at the airport, in the food court, they had one. So I go check, and they had a sandwich that didn't have mayo on it. So I bought it, and then so I sat over in the food court area at this table, and so I'm starting to eat my sandwich, and then this young woman comes up to me, and she asks if she can sit down across from me at my table. I was like, yeah, sure. So then me and this woman are just sitting down, not talking, and I'm looking around. And there's all these open tables, and so it's like I gotta say something, and we're in an airport, so naturally a good question is like, oh, so where are you headed, right? So she lives in Jerusalem and is from Los Angeles. She moved to Jerusalem, and this was going to be her first time back to the U.S., and she had moved there. She's studying to be a paramedic, but she knows Hebrew, and she really loves the city. And we just got into this really deep conversation about, well, somehow I got into talking about how I only wear 4 colors, of course. So she looked at my attire, and then we were talking about fashion, and because she asked what I was doing, and I talked about recording, and I also recorded with a friend, Cecilia, in the Clapham neighborhood of London, and we talked a lot about fashion. So I was talking about that, and I'm really interested in design and fashion right now. And then then I talked about what she was wearing. She had like a few earrings right here, like these hoops that look really cool. But then we were talking about religion and just like living intentionally, and we talked about like rules, like placing rules on oneself. Like with me wearing 4 colors, I do that so that it puts kind of boundaries on myself, so it disciplines my consumption, right? So if I'm out and about, I see something cool, my first thing, the process I have to run my mind through is does this fit into the colors that we're going for? And if not, then no, I can't buy it, right? So it helps reduce consumption, and just it makes life a lot easier for me. And we talked about that with religion, and how I said to her that religion poorly communicates that about the rules and the ideas that the religion sets to follow in a way, in accordance of the faith. It seems more like punishing an individual rather than like freeing them. Whereas like, if you're not living by certain rules, then your life is kind of chaotic and all over the place. So we were just like talking about those things, and we showed each other our phones, the way it's set up and how we use them. So she barely had any apps on her phone, and I have 1 page of apps on the first screen. Yeah. Everything is sort of a distraction, and try to bring that discipline into one's kind of digital space as well. Because then it affects your like mental well-being and everything. But it was just a really amazing conversation because this was right as I was about to. So I was going to eat and then write and then get on the plane. Because that's what I usually do on trips. At the airport, I love writing and kind of recapping and just kind of reflecting on the trip. What did I learn? What am I going to do differently when I come back? Type of thing. How am I a new person kind of thing? And instead, I had this conversation with her. It almost felt like she was an angel. And then we both just went our separate ways. And it was just like, wow, that was amazing. Like to have this deep conversation with this stranger who lives in a whole other side of the world. And it's just like beautiful, you know? And so I'm starting to think, as I think more about it, like that she was like this angel that was just sent to just help me take a step back more and appreciate life, the life that I love, you know? I feel a lot more relaxed now.
Yeah, right.
Not necessarily from the last few days. I feel pretty relaxed.